Aquarius, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. Now, this is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message. And if you're not an Aquarius and this found you, oh, it's absolutely your message. The only way you would call it in is if you needed to hear something here. And it only shows up at the right time. And this... ooh, is where your message begins. Well, listen, this is a wonky time, let me just say. So the pleasure is not without the pain, but we start in a very good place. So let's go, right? Dum, 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 dum. No, it's not always marriage. That's the truth, right? But it is harmony. It is finding your space and your place and finding a beautiful condition for it all and people who want to share it with you. It's finding shared passions and wholeness, completeness, and certainty of shared passions. It's finding commitment in those shared passions. So this could be finding the perfect place to work. This could be building out your home. This could be getting married. This could be an engagement. But what I know that it is certainty. It's just a beautiful loveliness. It's just a beautiful loveliness. Four of Wands is a welcome place to be, you see? Like they want you there. You're welcome. You're welcome to them. People, it's like they're holding space for you. This is like almost a happy ending, but I don't think it's an ending at all. And then we have you. Restriction. We have Saturn. Saturn is causing problems. And you know what the restriction is? It's all this little you know what. It's all this little you know what, but this little you know what. The good news is one at a time you can pluck this off, but you must go one step at a time. This could be some addiction or some obligations. This could be a lot of debt. This could be a lot, like I just thought marriage, right? But the actual wedding, running up the debt, running up the obligation in order to have the special day, right? Committed to something that has become... committed to something that has become quarrelsome. Maybe to keep something beautiful, you have stepped outside of your boundaries and gotten to like marred in it and locked down. And then there's this energy of just having so much chaos in your life now because of it. Five of Wands by itself isn't that big of a deal because it's simply a bunch of little stuff that's piling up and coming at you all at once. And it is contention, and it is competition, and it is red tape, and it is very irritating and overwhelming all at once. But if you take it one at a time, you can snap it like twigs. This is my concern, and I've got to dig into, I want to clarify that energy, because it is restrictive, addictive, but this is also Capricorn energy, Saturnian energy. There's restriction here. There's some sort of restriction on your happiness, and the restriction on your happiness is coming from contention, crowd, competition, jealousy, people just being like trying to get a piece of you or take a piece of you. So your happiness, that's what it's being marred by. And it's like they're coming up with different ways to restrict you or to find rules or regulations to use against you. Like you're being bound by red tape right now, right? But understand it's intentional. It's being done with intention. Okay. So the Devil card. What is the Devil card? Ew, the Devil card's being clarified by the Devil card? So it's just malefic energy, bad energy. And I'm telling you right now, it's intentional. It's aimed at you. It's aimed at you because it's trying to impede your happiness. Or there's something about it that your focus is on it and you're letting it impede your happiness. But no, this is done with intent. I don't like that at all. Shit. It's got to do with money. It's got to do with somebody holding money over your head. It's got to do with debt. It's got to do with maybe holding on too tight or being too restrictive yourself. But I feel like it's got to do with some sort of greed. It's got to do with, there's something with greed here that's really taking the fun out of the happy space, or not allowing you to have that happy space. Or maybe you were very successful, but like greediness is getting in the way now, and it's like too many people to pay, too many debts to pay. You are working hard. There is hard work here, but it's marring your hard work. It's trying to take a piece of that for itself. So it is greed. It is intention. It could be jealous. It could be somebody, it could be a platform that you're on, like, right? It could be corporate. It could be just intentionally they're trying to take, they are absolutely taking too much. How do you fight this kind of energy? You look for alternatives. You take your good work elsewhere 100% of the time, and don't be afraid of that. Go independent. Yep. Okay. What to do? Let's just go on from there. What to do? You have a full moon coming up. This is perfect. It's on the 9th. What to do? See, somebody was too spontaneous and selfish and impulsive in the past. Somebody was this is very selfish energy. It's very selfish. It's immature. It's expectant. It's entitled. It's whiny. It's cruel in its own self-centeredness. It's very immature energy. Maybe that is a hint as to who you're dealing with. Or maybe it was an impulsive, stupid, selfish decision that you made, and you didn't know enough about it. You rushed in, got in over your head with something. So what do you do about it? There's a huge financial burden that's been put on you because of it. It's almost like separate yourself from debt, separate yourself from overspending. But it's almost like you feel isolated because you don't have money, or because you're being isolated because of money somehow, or because of a lack of funds. You feel like you're missing out, or you've been robbed, right? You've been hoodwinked into investing too much into something that isn't yielding anything for you, or that is only benefiting other people. I'm sorry, that was an itch. And then there's this retrograde that maybe you're discovering it right now. There's a sense of looking back and trying to tie up loose ends with regards to whatever debt that was being held over your head, but it's very restrictive. It's restricting you, it's isolating you, and it's keeping you from this happy space or feeling successful. So I'm going to say this. This feels like the energy of somebody who makes 6 figures and yet they're still in debt. It's like you're slowly being drained. Like, think of the 5 of Wands, by a bunch of little things. So I would go over your checkbook and I would see what is draining you little by little, because we all subscribe to things now. We all set up, automatic payments. But ultimately, it's like we don't always keep track of everything we've signed up for. So this would be a good exercise, a good practice for you this week, to go back and run line items and see line by line what's actually going on in there, and who has access to your banking account, right? And how you're being drained and how you can tackle it. Just get at it and attack it, because that's really what you need to do. So, wow. Damn. Okay. Maybe you were too giving to other people, right? And you were too generous somehow. We have the moon card. Come on. Aquarius full moon is on the 9th. And it's not the full moon is pretty benign in what it's, aspecting. It's really not aspecting much, but some other really interesting stuff is going on in the sky along with it that begs your attention. Saturn and Neptune is conjunct. That's long-term conjunction, but right now that conjunction, which could be irritating in and of itself, is now in direct opposition to Mars as it is in Libra. And that's a hard position for Mars to begin with. It's its detriment. So it's already, taking the piss out of it. But then it's also restricted and delusional, or it doesn't understand that Neptune keeps it vague, and it makes it even harder to see where the restrictions are coming from. And that's going to really frustrate Mars and anger a lot of people. And then in the total, and then you have in Cancer, which is really interesting, you have Jupiter and Venus conjuncting, which is really benefic and beautiful energy, right? So it just depends on, it's like this, it's like we're wavering between two extremes now. It can be quite frustrating energy. Meditate and contemplate is all that came out during this Piscean energy. This is vague. It's almost like saying there isn't a solution. And the more you rack your brain for it, the more you're going to get frustrated. Right now, it's just a time to center yourself and breathe. Right? It could be like that this whole week, that's the only way you're going to get through this, because if you try to get into the thick of it, especially with Mars in a compromised position, if you try to get into the thick of it, you're not going to win. You're not going to have the stamina. It's not that you're ruled by Mars. I know that you're not. I don't know, maybe there's an Aries watching this and you are, but it's not that. It's that just the entire almost cosmos, the energy right now is compromised when it comes to taking action. So what it's saying is go to a quiet space. Don't get up in arms and don't fight back, because then whoever is doing this or whatever is causing this, it's going to feed off of that, and you're going to get deeper in debt. Financial or whatever kind of debt it is. It could be just energetic debt. So what the universe wants you to do is the exact opposite. They don't want you to fight. They don't want you to confront. They want you to meditate. They want you to contemplate. They want you to find your quiet. They want you to find your peace. However that looks for you, because that's where you're going to find your answers. It's not in confrontation. Don't rush in. This could be energy that got you in this situation to begin with, or it could be the immature energy that you're dealing with. Whatever way, you're not going to change the mind of that energy, right? But in some ways you can transmute how it's impacting you by getting yourself into that space of calm, of clarity, of love, of connection, and of patience. It's very important. Mercury goes out of retrograde on the 12th. And that's interesting. And right before this full moon in Aquarius, the moon is going to conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So that's very frustrating energy. It's very emotionally extreme energy. And it's not controllable. Anything conjunct Pluto is not controllable. It will do what it will do. And then it goes right into full moon for this huge release, but you have all these other conflicting energies around it. And so I say, this is really good advice. Find your quiet space this week. Yes, because somebody wants you to waste your fucking energy or your fucking money on them by reeling you in under this concept of, oh, but I can make it better. It's like they're using you against you. They're using that sense of, I want to help people. I want to take care of people. I want to do right. I want to make this better. And they're taking advantage of that. They're not respecting it. They're not appreciating it. They're just going to take advantage of it. So please, come on. Be alone. Find your quiet. Find your peace. And you know what? If you're not going to be alone, be around people that you know for a fact bring you peace, bring you that feeling of love. And maybe that's why the Four of Wands is really present here. You need your people around you. You need to find your safe space where you can be quiet and nobody will ask you questions. Okay? So hold on, because we have more to go. I want to see how all this pops off. You have the universe's permission to take space and be surrounded by peace, and what the people that give you peace, the people that bring you peace. orphaned. Yeah, you may feel rejected. That's the Eight of Swords. That sense of maybe you feel abandoned by people who, like maybe people abandoned you. They walked away. I don't know. Maybe you feel left behind. You could feel, like I said, isolated because of financial reasons. Truth be told, I love this. This is the truth. This is the truth coming out. This is sincerity. This is clarity. And this is straightforwardness, right? And with that clarity, but it takes perspective. This is where the quiet is gonna come in. It's clarity, right? Get perspective, right? Truth is here. You feel left out. You feel used up. Truth is you are intentionally being restricted or left out from abundance and prosperity. It's almost like the truth about why all this is happening. Okay, let's ask those two questions. Those are really good questions. Why is all this happening? And why is all this happening? Something about, I don't know, it's almost like cheating or betrayal against a family, or maybe thinking things were happier or more perfect than they really were. Why is all this happening? Okay. And then good work, hard work that you were doing. Okay. I think it's jealousy. What can they do about it? Really, okay, so once again, I'm getting, you have to take space. Don't challenge this energy because it is like a black hole. It wants you to challenge it to hurt you more and waste your time and energy. So temper your emotions. It will be hard, but being in a quiet, safe space is going to be, where is your safe space? Where is it? Who is it with? Right? Go and find those depths of yourself and don't be afraid. Take a leap of faith. This is heartbreak. So it's some sort of heartbreak that happened not too long ago. Maybe you or somebody that you cared about went away or walked away, or taking a chance on love. It's almost like the only thing you should say to anybody is, I love you. The only thing you should say to anybody, I don't know why you're in this space, but it has to do with somebody caring about you, Maybe that's where you want to be, around that person that like put themselves out there, that loved you like crazy. The Fool card is that leap of faith in love, leap of faith in admitting that you care about somebody. And it has to do with a heartbreak that happened not too long ago because of like fuckboy energy that didn't respect what it had. How does that relate to you? You tell me. Let's go into the extended. I'll see you there.